on in, everyone. Come on in because we are doing a special video today, y'all. Um, I got questions. I had an epiphany yesterday. I'm sitting around here getting ready for the Super Bowl this weekend. Any of you guys going to any Super Bowl parties? Are you throwing a Super Bowl party? Who are you rooting for? Are you going to root for the Patriots? Are you going to root for the Seahawks? Um, Y'all, I think I'm gonna root for the Seahawks. I'm not a big Patriots fan. I have to tell you, I'm not a big Patriots fan. But when I was, running around here looking at Super Bowl stuff on the internet, picking out my squares for the Super Bowl party, all that kind of good stuff, I was seeing Cardi B pop up everywhere. Cardi B is everywhere in regards to this doggone Super Bowl, all because of course, we know she is dating mother of the child of Stefon Diggs, la da da da, all the drama that's been going on this whole season. And y'all know I did a video earlier saying, why the heck did Cardi B pick Stefon Diggs? That's what I was saying. I did a video on it. And I said, dang, Cardi, like when you was on Love and Hip Hop and you was out in the club and you was, swinging on the pole and stuff, I was like, Cardi gonna get this money. She gonna get this money. And she seemed like she was smarter than the streets. Then all of a sudden, she get with Stefon Diggs and she becomes like the seventh baby mama. And I'm thinking, Cardi, what happened? You slipping on your game. You are slipping on your game. But when I started looking at all the content around Cardi B and this Stefon Diggs thing, I said, oh, snap, Cardi. This is about the bag. Listen, I don't want to say Cardi don't love Stefon Diggs. I don't want to say that Stefon Diggs don't love Cardi. So don't nobody accuse me of saying that. But I will say this. This is a lot about money too, y'all. I hate to say it. It's a lot about money. Let me line up a couple of things that I want to talk about. First of all, we all were surprised that Cardi B moved on from Offset so fast. Everybody was surprised. I don't care what you say, you were surprised. And then you were further surprised that when it escalated to actually being pregnant by him, you were surprised. Okay? Don't mean you don't like, you might like it. You might like it. That's fine. You like it. But you were surprised. And I was thinking, of all the men, Cardi, Stefon Diggs, like Stefon Diggs' reputation is pretty well known. He really wasn't undercover. Like there's videos of his players, his teammates saying, hey, if there was one player on the team, I would definitely not introduce my sister to, who would it be? And they all said Stefon Diggs, right? Cardi B got people. Cardi B could have easily done a check on Stefon Diggs before she got intertwined with him, right? When Cardi B got pregnant with the baby, and then it came out that he had 4 or 5 other women pregnant in the year, I was surprised that Cardi B wasn't more outraged, right? She is almost as if did Cardi already know, right? She said, hey, what's the point of going over now? We all got to get along. She made that internet post about, hey, we are all baby mamas now and we all got to get along. It was almost as if she already kind of knew. Y'all just finding out. We just finding out. And I thought, wow, okay, well, that went over well with Cardi. Cardi didn't have no problem. Now she's out here issuing warnings to Stefon Diggs to say, hey, if you have any more babies on me, it's going to be over. But here's what I want to get to. Cardi B is all over the internet for the Super Bowl, okay? We did just see Cardi B perform on SNL with her new album, her song, really leaning into her Dominican roots. Previously, Cardi really didn't do that much Latin music. She's doing more Latin music. Fine, that's great. She's Dominican Republic. She's from the DR. She should. I'm happy for her. We all know Bad Bunny is performing for the Super Bowl, right? We all know, those of you who watch football, that football is really trying to go international. They're really trying to get that international money. They want to expand beyond the U.S. Every year. The NFL is having more and more games out of the country, right? Spain. Next year, I hear they're going to be over in France. They're talking about even possibly going to Australia. These are places where typically soccer, their football is the cream of the crop. But NFL says we don't just want the US money, we want to go global. And how else do you go global with sports? You also typically, sports likes to package sports with entertainment. You see what I'm saying? Um, this might be a reach for some of y'all. What I'm talking about might be a reach for some of y'all. Some of you might can't fathom that relationships are built not only on love or like, but it's also built on money. And you got to remember Cardi B's history. Cardi B's history is she uses men for money. She's admitted it. She's admitted it in a lot of ways. I don't want to say she don't love men. That's not what I'm saying. But she has talked about being in the club is about getting money. Cardi has always talked about her bag comes first. Her money back. All her music talks about it. Everything talks about it. So in this scenario with Stefon Diggs, if Cardi B has told us over and over again that her money comes first, why would we think that her relationship with Stefon Diggs isn't about money? You see, Cardi B snapped back on Jessie Woo. Remember, Jessie Woo read a comment from a person in the chat saying the baby that Cardi had with Stefon Diggs was a revenge baby for Offset. And Cardi went off. Cardi went off on Jessie Woo, even though Jessie Woo was really just reading the comment for one of her commenters. You know, hey, whatever. It came out her mouth. Cardi B jumped all over it. So you got a megastar, $70 million megastar in Cardi B, decided to go after Jessie Woo. And I was thinking, Jessie Woo got a lot of followers. Jessie Woo got a lot of followers, but she ain't nowhere near in terms of money. Cardi B, I'm thinking, Cardi B, you worth $70 million. Why are you coming off your ledge to come down here and get on Jessie Woo? No shade to Jessie Woo. She's wonderful. But it just seems strange. We already knew how Cardi, took down Tasha K in a lot of ways, right? Some people might say that was a big fish going after a small fish, right? There's a lot of talk about that. There's a lot of talk about who Cardi B chooses to sort of attack. And a lot of people believe, some people out there believing it, there's some, she don't like black women. I don't have nothing to say about that. I haven't done enough investigation to know if she only attacks black women. I don't know if she attacks other women. I don't know. But the part about it is Cardi B is always serious about her money. And when you listen to her clap back to Jessie Woo about revenge baby, what she says is, why the heck would I have a revenge baby to get back at Offset? My revenge is my money. My revenge is my success. Once again, focusing on, I'm about money, girl. I'm not about going out and getting revenge. I'm about money, right? Got it. Okay, so I got to start thinking like Cardi's thinking. Cardi says, everything I do, sure, I may like you, I may love you, but in the end, it's about money. So when I think about Cardi with Stefon Diggs, I said, well, where does the money reside? Where does the money reside with Stefon Diggs? And I said, ooh, you know where it resides? The money ain't Stefon Diggs. The money is the NFL. That's the big fish. The big fish is the NFL because you see, when I see Cardi all over the internet, all of a sudden she's a diehard Pats fan. First, everyone could think, oh, she's just supporting her man. No, it's gone beyond that. It's gone beyond, what do they call them, wags, wives of NFL players, whatever they call them. It's gone beyond a girlfriend attending a game for her boyfriend. Cardi B is on the floor. Cardi B is performing at Patriot events already. Cardi B is in the booth with Robert Kraft, the owner of the team. The other wives aren't there. And they say, well, the other wives aren't Cardi B. You're right. They aren't Cardi B, right? Cardi B is with the owner of the Patriots. So then you say to yourself, if everything revolves around money, why would Robert Kraft even want Cardi B in his booth? This is drama, right? You think this is messy. Cardi B baby mama, Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs has got charges out here in the streets for assault and everything else, or claims being sued. I don't know. Let me not say it's charges. Whatever it is, it's a hot mess. Hot mess. And Robert Kraft, the owner of the NFL team, who this is his player in this hot mess, what he decides to do is party with the girlfriend of him, which is Cardi B. What for? Why would you get that close to mess, Robert Kraft? Well, if you remember, Robert Kraft is a good friend with Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Okay. Cardi B, I know she spoke out a lot about ICE and all this stuff going on with immigrants. Cardi B typically is an outspoken person against Donald Trump. But yet, Cardi B is performing for Robert Kraft's team. Cardi B is in the booth almost every game with Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft hangs out with Donald Trump. He was just in the booth with Donald Trump for Melania's new movie, whatever her movie is, Melania movie, the story of Melania. I know they were trying to have, I know the black folks who was out here trying to have Michelle Obama's Becoming on Netflix do better than Melania's. What was the outcome, y'all? What was the outcome? Everybody was, all the black people were supposed to watch Becoming on Netflix so that it could outshine Melania's movie in the movie booths. I don't know. I don't even go to the movies. I'm not watching no Melania Trump movie. And to be honest with you, I didn't even watch it on Netflix. I'm not going to lie. Am I a bad black person? I guess I am, because I didn't participate. Not because I was protesting. I just had other things to do. I'll go back and watch it. I will go back and watch it. But anyway, putting this all together, Cardi don't even like Donald Trump and ICE, right? But she's with Robert Kraft in his booth performing for his team. He's over here the next day in the booth with Donald Trump. Isn't this too many degrees of what? Until you say to yourself, it's all about money. You know, they talked about how Cardi B is spending over $1 million on this Super Bowl. She done rented private jets. What they saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? They're saying she done rented private jets. She has spent what is it? Let me look at it. Let me not lie. Let me not lie. Let me not lie. They are saying, this is a Sun. Is the Sun a reputable magazine, or are they like the National Enquirer? I don't know. Anyway, they're saying she done bought Super Bowl tickets for everybody's family. They are saying that she done spent $250,000 on private jets, hotel suites, champagne and drinks, right? She flying everybody in. Now, we know ticket sales are down at the Super Bowl this year, probably because the Seahawks don't probably have no real big fan base that like to spend money. I don't think they do. But anyway, or maybe it's because the economy is down. I have no idea, but the Super Bowl tickets have been plummeting in price. But all of a sudden, Cardi B is spending a whole lot of money, right? Did she pay for it all out her pocket? Probably not. I bet you Robert Kraft is comping some of this stuff. You know why? Because like I said, let's not just talk about Cardi B getting her money. Let's talk about Robert Kraft and the NFL's goal to go international. And if we want to go international and we want our football teams to be worth more money because they have international appeal, what we might need is some international stars to help us take this show on the road, right? Everybody was against Bad Boy performing, but all of a sudden people got on the bandwagon because they realized we do need some international stars if we want to go international. They say, wait a minute, we can't keep not having the international stars perform at the Super Bowl if where the money resides is we want to go international. We need to get some international stars. So we get Bad Bunny. Hey, let's capitalize on Cardi B, who has international appeal. She was just over in Dubai. Okay, let's capitalize on Cardi B's international appeal and the Stefon Diggs thing, and we can get her to start performing. I wouldn't be surprised if Cardi B came out on the stage with Bad Bunny during the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying it's going to happen, right? But I wouldn't be surprised. You see, sometimes this stuff is bigger than what us little people down here on the ground. There's bigger things going on, bigger machines. And I don't want to say that the only reason Cardi B got with Stefon Diggs is because he was a mark for a bigger fish, a bigger prize. I don't want to go that far, right? It doesn't, it helps. It helps that he's good looking. It helps that he's got money. And you know what else helps? It helps that he's loose with his sperm. You see, when you're going to rob somebody, you don't want to rob the house that's got cameras and locks on the doors and 24-hour security, because it's going to be too hard to get in that house. But when you got a guy like Stefon Diggs who don't protect his sperm, who's loose, who don't say no to too many women, obviously he doesn't say no to too many women, and he must not be that smart. Smartness must not, because he and his brother both in hot water. You see, his brother done got let loose too from the Cowboys. So they may not be too business savvy. You see, he even admitted that Cardi B helps him with his business now. You see, because Cardi B, it says, I know how to run numbers. I know how to make money. I've been doing it my entire life. I know how to, I don't want to say use in a bad way, but I know how to use people to get what I want to get. And although the reason why she got with Stefon Diggs in the beginning was for pure love, pure attraction. But then it fell apart on her. And she found out what I'm saying she should have known anyway, because she got people. She got people to do background checks on people. Cardi B didn't even know what a touchdown was, a first goal, an offensive line, offense, defense. She didn't know nothing about football. But now she know all the slogans. She's seen every game. She's in the booth with the owner. She's performing for the owner's team. You know, a lot of y'all sometimes think my little theories be off track. I don't think I'm off track. I think Cardi B has realized that this is bigger than Stefon Diggs. You know, we don't see that baby too much. We see the other babies. We see Offset's babies a lot in her Instagrams and her cute little photos. The babies are cute, but we don't see Stefon's Diggs baby too much. Now, why does he need more protection? Or I don't even know if it's a girl or boy, to be honest with you. That's how lost I am. Why does that baby need more protection than Offset's babies? Like Cardi B told Jesse Wu, my money is my revenge. I don't need to have no baby to get no revenge on no man, because my money, my success is my revenge. And in the end, everyone being mad or everyone being miffed about why you would have a baby with Stefon Diggs is bigger than this baby. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. And as Cardi says, I'm securing a future for my children. And Cardi B has the personality that says, I will do whatever it takes to secure a future with my baby. So when that relationship went bad, let's say it started off good with Stefon Diggs. Then let's say it went bad because she found out he had 4 babies. I think Cardi B quickly pivoted and said, this relationship with you, Stefon Diggs, is bigger than this baby. This is about me getting my money too. So yeah, you and I, we can be friends, we can be lovers, we can hang out, all that good stuff. She can't really even marry him because she ain't even divorced from Offset. But why isn't she divorced from Offset? I hear it's because Offset wants her to pay, I don't know, some tax bill or something for $1 million. Like I said, I don't know all the truth, but I know it's hung up over money. So with all the money Cardi B got, and what Offset is asking for $1 million, Cardi's worth $70 million. If she really wanted to marry Stefon Diggs, you think it's a lot to pay off that tax bill for Offset for $1 million so you could go on and marry the love of your life? Or is that not necessary? Is marriage not necessary to get what the bag is? Because it's not. She already in. She in the booth. She in the booth. She already in with the NFL. She going to be on stage pretty soon. She going to be touring internationally. She probably going to try to get remember, what was her name from American Idol? She was a country star. She did the theme song for the NFL for over 10 years. Carrie Underwood. I like Carrie, and I liked her on American Idol. I liked her music. I liked everything. Carrie Underwood did the theme song for the whole NFL. There's money to be made by partnering with the NFL. And what better way to do it by the way that Cardi's doing it? Hey, it's more about money. So we all need to just relax on why is Cardi B with Stefon Diggs, because more and more you're realizing, even at his own press conferences, all they do is ask Stefon Diggs about Cardi B. He ain't even the focus no more, hardly. Anything he does is always wrapped up into how this going to affect Cardi. Hey, Stefon Diggs, if you win in the Super Bowl, does that mean you're going to get Cardi a ring too? Hey, if he wins the Super Bowl, you know how they have them famous commercial? Hey, you just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next? Go over Cardi B's house? Y'all, this is bigger than that, baby. This is bigger than Stefon Diggs. This is about money. But Cardi B better be careful, because that Kraft, Robert Kraft fella, he's good friends with Donald Trump. And it could get a little dicey, Cardi. It could get a little dicey. But the last time I told you, Cardi, you was entangled in some hot water. And now here I am sitting and saying, oh no, Cardi B ain't changed. She's still after that bag. So maybe she got something else up her sleeve, because that little threesome, Donald Trump, Robert Kraft, Melania, Stefon Diggs, and Cardi B, that's a strange combination, except for they all like money and they like it a lot. Yep. Anyway, that's all I got. Tell me what y'all think about my little theory. Am I really off base? Am I really? Call me out. If you think I am wrong, call me out down in the comments. But if you think I'm right, let me know that too. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.